getting ready to sell your house is so stressful, and there's so many things that are going on depending, right? So for us, there was all the house prep, the painting. We had just finished a bathroom remodel and a kitchen remodel. For 6 years, we had just like dumped all our love and effort and sweat equity into this little house that we had. And then the time comes where we're going to move, and you're just learning all these things about selling. And one of the things as you're going through that process is, do you want to stage your house or not? I'm a firm believer in the fact that if I can show somebody what it could look like, I know that in return, I'm going to get more money for the sale of my home. And so once I decided I wanted to do that, the next step came in determining who we wanted to stage our house in Portland, Oregon. And I remember, I think I called 15 different companies, maybe 17. I think half of them got back to me. And it's so hard then to decide, like, well, you know, say 7 of them got back to me. Who do I choose and why? Obviously prices came in, but it's like, well, you have this fear that you're going to pay somebody and it's just not going to move the needle in terms of return value. So if I pay somebody $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, is that going to show in terms of how many offers I get in the bottom line, how high of an offer I get for my house? So we chose Spade and Archer. One of the reasons we chose them is that I was really sold with their idea of how they staged a house. Some people I called and it almost sounded like, maybe they could stage up to 10 houses, and if you're the 10th house, you almost have this fear that you're just getting the leftovers of whatever's left to stage your house with. And I was really particular about, like, I really want someone to make my house shine and the spaces that I have in it shine. The outdoor patio, the back office. Our house was a little bit on the small side. So it's like, do you have the skill set to like make this look like it works, so that when somebody walks in, they just think, oh, like cute, charming, quaint, things like that. So we went with Spade and Archer. I was so impressed. One, by their ease of process. I went online, I got a quote with them within minutes. It was all automated, so there's no like waiting for people to call you back. So they totally took a lot of the friction out there, which was super nice. Walking through the house after they staged it, it was unbelievable. Specifically, like among many things, but like the office, when they staged my office, I was shocked at how they made that office look. I did not think that my office could look that way. So fast forward, they stage everything. They did phenomenal. Their reasoning behind everything makes complete sense. Like, they definitely understand getting into the buyer's mind. They understand the buyer. They understand the problems the buyers are facing while at the showing. And they get that the buyer probably saw, 5, 10 houses that day. And they're trying to think, man, how can we equip the buyer to think about and talk about my house in light of all the other houses and make it stand out. Our house went live on a Thursday night. Showings started on a Friday and went to Monday. And I think we had 60 plus showings at our house. I put a Ring doorbell on my house before we sold it. And every time somebody went into the house, I'd be at work and I could look down and I could hear the conversation they were having on my front porch in front of the Ring doorbell. And some of the things that I heard people say, one lady said, like, pretty much saying, man, can we literally keep all the stuff in the house? Another lady, she walked out and she's like all wide-eyed because she had turned around. She's like looking at the house. She just said, that is so charming, so quaint. She just fell in love with it. And I would venture to say she fell in love with the staging that Spade and Archer did. She fell in love with the story that Spade and Archer created for that house. And she wanted it to be her story, and she wanted to live in the house. We got 26 offers on our house. We listed at $350,000. It was a 697 square foot house and 180 square foot office in the back. Spade and Archer designed it all. And our final offer that we accepted was $75,000 above asking price. So $425,000 is what our house sold for. They're actually $421 after we negotiated a little bit with the seller. So we went roughly $70,000 over asking price. They staged the house, and it was so nice seeing people walk into that house and hearing the conversation on the Ring doorbell. Nobody said anything negative. They were all head over heels for the house. And it made me feel so good. Without Spade and Archer, I think the house would have stayed on the market longer. We would not have gotten what we would not have gone that far over asking. Spade and Archer was hands down one of the smartest moves we did in selling our house. They got us top dollar with the way that they staged. If you're looking for a company that is gonna take care of your house, design it the way that it needs to be designed, rest assured that they're totally capable of doing that. I don't think anybody can do it better than Spade and Archer. They're absolutely, I think, the best, and you won't regret it.